Hey there, this is Pussy Empowered Podcast, and I'm your host, Alyssa Aparicio. I'm equal parts Bronx bitch and mountain witch. I believe that when you untame your pussy, you access your power. As a pussy empowerment coach, I teach women how to do this with a holistic approach that incorporates mind, body, emotion, and spirit. As a sacred erotic creatrix, I surrender to new heights of embodied, expressed art and performance myself. On this podcast, I share about my approach to pussy power and interview fellow paradigm-shifting badasses about theirs. Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so excited for our conversation together. I just want to take a moment to introduce you to anyone who doesn't know you yet. This is Lizzy Jeff. She is a rap priestess, medicine woman, and truly an overall visionary. Like, nothing that you do has been done before, and that is so exciting to watch and be around and just feel the excitement and the passion that you put into everything you do. Every little detail is Lizzy Jeff, and it's really inspiring. So I'm so happy that you're here to talk about pussy power. And I wanted to share a little bit about how we met too, because we first met at Pussy Powerhouse, which is Corinne Loperfido's. What do you even call it? It's an event, but it's so much more experience. Yes,
something like that.
Yes, and we met there, and you told me about your event, Zen Kush, which I had the opportunity to join you at, and even began to, I shared some of my performances at some of your events, which was really beautiful for me. It was honestly, you didn't know this at the time, but it was like some of the first performances that I did of just my own style, and I felt so safe and free to just experiment there.
I love that.
Me too. It was beautiful.
Thank you for sharing that, and thank you for trusting yourself and trusting me to share that. And that's one of the best things that I hear from people, especially dancers, who will say, hey, I don't know if you knew, but that was the first time I danced solo or in public, was at a Zen Kush event. And these are people who, like, for example, Yachty, who does the ecstatic dance, she had stepped away from dance and came into Zen Kush to express herself in that way, and then went on to create this whole thing. And it's just been beautiful. And I've been watching you grow. And first of all, you did more than dance, at Zen Kush. You created a whole experience through your movement, through your grace, through your beauty, through your curation. Like, you are just a next level inspiration. And even just your outfits, your fashion, your style when you dance is so intentional. It's so curated, and I love it. And I feel honored that I got to, share that space with you in the beginning. So thank you for just living in your motherfucking passion, girl. Doing
it. Feeling the love so much, landing right in my heart. And I'm so grateful to you as well for creating such a unique space, such a unique and visionary experience for people to come into. And that is something that I wanted to start this conversation talking about, is like your commitment to community. It's not something that you come across that often, where people are willing to uplift the others around them, like not create a competitive environment, especially between women, because a lot of us are socialized that way. And you have created such a space where you uplift everyone around you, and you invite people in, and you say, let's go higher together. That's part of your message, like, we are going up together. And that is so beautiful. So I just want to shout that out and bring that into the conversation, because what role has community, played for you in empowerment? I know we can't do it alone. So what does that bring up for you?
I mean, goodness gracious. Look, here's the thing for me. Like, I set out on a path of greatness. I set out on a path of freedom and sovereignty, with the full ability to live my best fucking life. And on that journey, I realized, bitch, all this hard work that you're putting in, and like, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, you're living the life of your dreams. Yeah, you're living free. But what does it mean if you can't do it with the people you love? What does it mean if you can't live your best life alongside, you know, the people you love living their best lives? And so for me, you know, I became very intentional with how I pulled people together. And for a very long time, I had been curating events, like since I was little, like getting hotel rooms for me and my friends, vibing it out, always doing some really dope experience, like for the people that I love and my friends and my family. And so, you know, that just transferred over into my life, doing these events and creating spaces where we could just be free, where we could just see each other, where we could just, you know, do some topless yoga, smoking the finest organic herb with a little sprinkle of mullein and a little sprinkle of lavender and some damiana. You feel me? Just a place where we can just exist in our authenticity. Doesn't matter if you're white, black, Latino, Asian. It don't motherfucking matter. Just a space where we can share our art and be vulnerable and share our medicine. And so Zen Kush was birthed through the community events and the poetry slams and the various things that I was building. But we need each other. That's what I realized. I can only go so far by myself. I can only go as far as I can go, you know, until I look up and be like, whoa, okay, we need each other to do this. Because my mission is not to just be some popping ass person. My mission is not to be cool or famous or any of that extra shit. My mission is to cultivate civilization, is to usher in a new earth paradigm, is to shift, is to elevate, is to ascend through the dimensions so that we can create the reality that we yearn for. And in order for us to do that, we need each other. So how do we come together in a society that has constantly taught us competition, that has constantly taught us to be jealous, to be mad, to hate on the next person, that has taught us that your blessings means that you're taken away from me? But really, no, your blessings is a reflection of my blessings. When you win, I win. When I win, we all win. And so, community over everything.
Wow. Yeah. I got chills. Got chills as you were speaking. It's that you don't just talk about it, you live it. Like, you are about it. You create the spaces that call everyone in. And that's something that I'm really passionate about, empowerment in general. Like, we can theorize about it, we can philosophize about it, we can talk about it, but until we're actually doing, like, showing up, until we're putting our words into action and embodying what we're about, it really can't have any weight. Like, we can't go anywhere until we bring it out of the theory into the real world. And your spaces are multidimensional, like, sensory experiences where you're not just there to have conversations are important, right? But it's not only about that. It's like all of your senses are engulfed, all of you is being activated to step into another, like you said, another reality where it's not just theory, it's real, it's tangible, it's in the flesh,
it's real, it's tangible, it's real time. And it's like, look, we aren't even really in this bitch for too long. It's over in the blip of in a moment. So how are we going to show up? Is it going to be filled with the BS and the pettiness and the competition that's not really getting anybody anywhere? Or are we going to come together? Look at you. You're beautiful. You're radiant. You're shining. Your skin is glowing. Your hair fire. I see the sprinkle of cheetah with the tropical plants behind you. I see you living in your truths and doing your things. I see you thriving, and I want that for you. I want prosperity for you. I want to see you shine. There's no falseness in what I'm saying, because I genuinely want to see you win. And when I see you win, that's just an indication of my energy and my frequency. Because when I look around, look, somebody once told me, one of my richest friends at the time, he told me that the 5 people you spend the most time with, their your income is an average of their income. And so for me, I wanted to get rich. I wanted to operate on a high frequency. I didn't want to be on that broke scarcity mentality no more ever again. So I had to really look up, and I had to really go within to understand and get clear about who I am, so that I can attract exactly what I am and the frequency that I emanate from, so that everybody around me is reflecting that vibe.
Yeah, and you embody that, and that embodiment is an invitation. It's not something, you know. And if anyone feels, and this is something that's come up a lot around, like with my clients, they'll say, I realize that the more that I step into my power, the more some people are afraid of that, or like step away from that. But the way I see it, and the way I see you as a leader, is your embodiment is an invitation for us all to dare to be ourselves a little more authentically, to just step into whatever we want to do, to use our creativity and not let that, not take that for granted. So I just want to talk about leadership. Like, what was your journey to that? I know you said it took a lot of inner work and reflection. Of course, like, we don't just grow up in this society that we're in with all that is broken, and just, you know, decide that we're healed. Like, that doesn't happen. There's a process. Right. So I just want to ask you about your journey to arrive into your leadership, what that has been like for you.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. Ever since I was 1, I knew I was a fucking boss. Don't ask me how I knew, but I just knew. Like, and then when I was 3, I knew I was a CEO. You know what I'm saying? And by the time I was playing sports, I was always the team captain. In class, when we had groups, somehow I was always chosen as the group leader. It just always somehow aligned. I was always the highest performing sales associate in my retail job. I was usually the smartest motherfucker in my class. Most times there was people smarter than me for sure, but just over my life, I've always, like, I'm the big sister, you know, I'm the big sister, and I always had to protect my brothers. I used to have to fight motherfuckers in the name of my brothers. And so for me, I've always had that, like, energy and that boss, and I'm a Leo, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just all that shit fused together, where I had to grow up really, really fast. I had to grow up fast, and I had to learn how to take care of myself fast, but I had to learn how to take care of myself and others. And so that always put me in a position of, you know, whatever game that I was learning, I want to take it back to the community. As an artist, like, ever since I was little, I always made my own board games. You feel me? I always made my own money. I always did little shit like that creatively. And so for me, it was just a matter of, you know, how can I creatively express this profound, like, wisdom that I have, you know, been able to channel, that I have tapped into. And so through the music, you know, I'm not preaching to you. I'm just being real with you. Through the events, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to adopt this lifestyle daily. I'm going to show you. I'm going to bring all my friends. Yes, I'm a motherfucking boss, absolutely, but I'm surrounded by bosses. I got friends that are dominating the financial world, dominating the holistic industry, dominating the cannabis industry, dominating tech. I know people from various industries. So I'm like, how do I bring all of this expertise together in the most creative, profound way to pour into the community? Because I remember what I yearned for when I was coming up. I remember how hard I had to go, and how it wasn't easy. I couldn't just Google some shit on the phone. I had to put in work. I had to figure it out. I had to ask questions. I had to learn. You feel me? I had to stumble and pick myself up in order to really understand what it means to be out here. And so for me, I have a vision, and everything I touch turns to gold. So if I have the opportunity to establish this powerful community and just establish an alternative experience for people outside of the bullshit that we're being offered, then why not? The grass is literally greener on the other side of your personal greatness. The grass is greener on the other side of meditation and pranayama and daily dedication to excellence. So how can I express that in the most creative ways where I'm not making people feel bad or feel worthless? Just be like, yo, this is what I discovered. It's lit over here. The ganja is organic and sun-grown. The women are beautiful. The men are gods. The food is electrifying and nourishes your cells. The Reiki energy is medicinal. You feel me? It's a motherfucking vibe. So that's where I'm at with it. I just want to, you know, bring us together in whatever way possible.
Yes.
Yes.
It's so refreshing to just hear you claim your story so unapologetically. I think there's like this narrative, especially for women, of apology, and like when it comes to tell your story, the emphasis on the shadow. I mean, we've all experienced the shadow.
Ooh, talk about it, girl. Talk about the shadow.
Yeah, we all experience the shadow, and there's lots of work and invitations to go deeper there. But it's like hearing your narrative, hearing the way that you tell your story. It's one that of conviction. It's one of unapology. Like, I've known who I am forever, and that is so refreshing. And it's so refreshing for you to just come out and say that in the way that you show up in your, yes, meekness is overemphasized by the patriarchy. It's like an encouragement of women to like play the coy, shy, like, but no, I mean, I'm a Leo too, so I vibe with you on that so much. It's like, what else is there beyond pretending that we're smaller than we know we are? So much.
Ooh, say that again. Say that again.
Just what else is there beyond pretending that we're smaller than we know we are? Like, there's so much beyond that first layer that we all have to just peel back to get to our truth. And yeah, so I just want to underline the way that you express yourself unapologetically.
Thank you.
It's very inspiring.
Me.
I
you
see
can
you.
only
I
see
see
what
you.
you are.
And that goes for everyone in this conversation right now. This is a reflection. This is like, you are here for a reason in this moment. Hearing this conversation has something to tell you as well. So to take this into kind of the next realm of pussy, right? What has connecting to your pussy, to your yoni, to your femininity, your sensuality, what has that element of exploration, of discovery meant for you? What has that been like for you? I know it's a really important thing, part of your message. So yeah, can you speak to that a little bit?
Absolutely. So you want to know specifically about the pussy power, the big pussy energy, and how I tapped into that.
Yes, please.
Yeah, because it's definitely big pussy energy. You feel me?
Hey, yes.
It's definitely BPE in this bitch. But to answer your question, basically, woo, it's been a journey, girl. It's been a long motherfucking ride, y'all. It's been a ride. But I'm here for it, because if this shit ain't gonna knock you off and hit you upside the head and throw a curveball at you every now and then what's the point? I don't got time for mediocrity. You feel me? And just in existing in the essence of the divine feminine is no way you could ever be mediocre. Ever. You are the motherfucking mother. You possess the cosmic portal to all life. And when I finally started to understand that, I can't tell you exactly when it was, but I just embarked upon a journey. Look, I'm going to tell y'all this. There was a moment in my life where I made the choice to be celibate for a number of years based on personal reasons, based on religious reasons. That was just the choice that I made during that time in my life. And it was cool. You know, it had its pros and cons. Ultimately, I'm thankful for making that decision. And I say that to say because I also grew up as one of the only girls. Like, I have brothers, and also I used to always just be kicking it on the block. You feel me? My biggest crush was the neighborhood dope star. You feel me? I would be playing football with all the homies, like sagging my pants and just you feel me? Like just being in my masculine. You feel me? Hooping on motherfuckers, racing everybody on the block, fighting when I needed to, when I needed to protect myself or my family. But I was really out here in my masculine energy. Not saying that I was unafraid to be a girl, because I was wearing my cute little dresses at my piano recitals, and I was doing my thing, and I would get my nails done, and I was in my feminine. But the infusion of the celibacy, the religion, and just society constantly oppressing women, constantly making us compare ourselves and judge ourselves. Being raised by my grandmother, my great grandmother, and hearing all the bullshit ass things that they had to deal with as women during their time, especially Black women. My great grandmother was born in 1907 in a small town in Louisiana, and my grandmother was born about 20 years later in the same small town. And so hearing their stories and just what they had to endure just to be a woman, and on top of that, a melanated woman, they had to be hard and protect themselves. They had to create a guard, you know what I'm saying? And I did that. I still do that, but not to the extent to which they did, where their freedom was constantly being compromised. And so I'm saying all that to say, it's I would hear the stories from them about how Black women were being, what's that word? Sterilized in the hospitals. Some motherfucker was going into these rooms with these Black women patients and taking away their divine given right to produce life. And that's some shit, when you think about it, that really fucks me up mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Because I think about all the times I've ever been in a hospital and been mistreated and just felt in that system. To have your right taken away, some didn't even know, against their consent and against their knowledge. But then you dated back a little bit previous to that, when you had many women who didn't even understand what autonomy of the womb, of the pussy was. To have that energy taken constantly, to be mistreated, to be mishandled, to be neglected in the most despicable ways possible, to have to bear children. Oof. And so all of this is being said with the intention for people to understand this is not just about me being some cute bitch in a cute bra and a sexy panty, with the red pop of red lipstick and a cute cannabis earring with the fresh braids done by Pippi and Ingleworm, and the silk scarf that's reminiscent of my grandmother's style, and this silky glow, soft skin, and the perfect cleavage and the cute little butt cheeks. It's not about that shit. It has nothing to do with that. This is about ownership. This is about freedom. This is about sovereignty. This is about the women that came before me that weren't afforded this much freedom. For those that had to bite their tongue. For those that just had to deal with it. For those that had to choose misery or choose death. So when it comes to me tapping into the power of my womb, that's not just some shit for fun. That's not for some shit to say, oh, look at me. That's not just some cool spiritual shit to do or say. That's real work that's being put in. Because I'm not just dealing with the traumas that I've experienced against my womb space in my lifetime, but in many lifetimes before me. So if I want to say big pussy energy, you shut the fuck up if you have something to say. When I want to talk about my womb and being on my cycle and free bleeding, you shouldn't have anything to say unless you're empowering me, encouraging me, and sending love to my ancestors for everything that they endured for me to even be in this motherfucker. As a woman, we bleed every month for days and never perish. We survive. Yet we live in a society that's constantly mocking us, that's constantly telling us we ain't shit, that's constantly telling us to go get these kind of ass and this kind of titty, that's constantly telling us to eat this and don't eat this and don't sleep with this person and don't sleep with this many persons and keep our legs closed and all this bullshit. And then you have the music that's coming through the frequencies that's constantly degrading the women that birthed this whole motherfucker. They got it backwards. Society got it backwards. And so for me, look, I'm just me. I'm not intimidating at all. I'm just sweet. I like to drink my celery juice. I like to chill on the beach and just listen to the water and read poetry. I like long walks on the motherfucking, you feel me, forest under the full moon on 5 grams of mushrooms. I like all of that shit. I like to recycle. And so it's so much bigger than what you see. Is deep, is rooted deep, it's ancestral. It's coming from the depths of my soul. Big pussy energy. I love my titties. You know how long it took me to even get to a place where I could even utter those words? Because of all the conditioning and the bullshit. So if I'm gonna be the one bitch that's gonna be out here kicking doors in, you feel me? Being loud, whatever they say, whatever people say, cool, I'll be heard. But I know I'm being true, and I'm not trying to be nothing else and nobody else, because I love being me. It's motherfucking great over here. It's great over here. So that's what big pussy energy means to me.
Wow. Well, damn, y'all didn't even know this was about to enter your earwaves today. You didn't know what kind of medicine this conversation would be, but Lizzy is no joke. When in any respect, anywhere that you show up, you're here to tell the truth. And it's like, it's the force of Mother Nature itself. It is, and that's what, you know, I always emphasize, and it's the same with big pussy energy. It's like, we are nature. We are the hurricane. We are the tsunami. We have all that inside of us. And pussy specifically, when we consider the pussy, the womb, like, it is a direct connection to all the wombs before us. We are made out, we were inhabiting that womb space, and we are, and the whole, like, whatever we're doing now reverberates forward, because however we're showing up in our bodies now reverberates from the past. And And in order and to connect fully and to be empowered, we can't leave out, like, we're not empowered despite being women. We are empowering the parts of ourselves that were considered weaknesses for so long. We are empowered as women. We're empowered as pussy havers, as people who bleed. And yeah, it's over. Like, that time of mediocrity, like you said, it's over. We don't have time for it anymore. The earth needs us. We need one another to wake up from this slumber, to wake up from this place where we were considered to be lesser than, because it's harmful. It's been harming our society, that it's been harming the whole world, how we interact with the whole globe, how we interact with the environment. Is I think it all stems back to this relationship of like this relationship with the feminine, and considering it to be lesser than. So yes, big pussy energy all the way. Fuck yes. It's so exciting to be. I mean, when I was a kid, I wasn't hearing the word pussy in general, but to hear the words big pussy energy together, like people out hearing this right now and getting to be exposed to a time in the world where we're having this conversation even, is so freaking exciting. I'm like buzzing right now.
And I'm feeling the energy. I'm taking it in. I just want you to flow and express. You're beautiful. And I'm glad you pulled this together, because I'm going to be real with you. Like, you caught me at the most prolific moment in my entire life. You know, in this moment, like, I just been on a wave. I just been on the ride of my life. And the alignment has been just continuously unfolding in levels I haven't even imagined. And I have imagined some shit. And I can tell you that the way that it's activated is unlike any other moment in my entire life experience. I've been busting my ass. I've been putting in work, this real work, the real work. I've been putting it in, and it's starting to reflect the habits. When you do something for so long, every motherfucking day, with the intention and dedication, the habits will eventually unfold as miracles all around you. And not only do you thrive, every single thing and person you touch all around you pops the fuck off alongside you. That's law. That's law. Universal law never changes. It never changes. So why not tune into that? And so that's where I'm at. I look around and I see people thriving. I see, like, my friends getting these incredible opportunities. Like, I'm seeing people become millionaires overnight. I'm just seeing change. I'm seeing a lot of bullshit. I'm seeing a lot of fuckery. Don't get me wrong. Trust. I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it as well. I'm feeling you feel me? But also, it's like, we still got work to do. We got work to do. That's just what's happening in the backdrop of the reality. But if we all fine tune and hone in on a specific intention, we can flip the whole page. We can flip the whole chapter. We can close that book and throw that bitch away and start a whole new experience. You feel me?
Yes. I feel you. I feel you.
It's a full moon. It's a full moon. Big Leo
in
energy.
Leo.
I've been really in my Leo bag. Like, that's something that I didn't really understand the true power of until, like, 2020 going into 2021. Like, the specific unique power of stepping into the Leo bag. And then you infuse that, because that's the big kitty, you feel me? 2020 was big kitty energy, but 2021 is big pussy energy. And I was saying big kitty energy all last year, and now it's big pussy energy, because we've elevated, we're ascending, we've graduated. We've officially entered into the next chapter of our greatness. So ladies, when you bleed, welcome it in with intention. Draw a bath for yourself. Treat yourself to some fresh roses. Light the fireplace. Free bleed. Ladies, get in the habit of free bleeding, setting the intention, understanding the true dynamic power of the cycles that are happening within you on a regular constant basis, and how you literally shift the entire vortex, the vibrational vortex of any space that you enter. It's your motherfucking world. So if more of us stepped into it a little bit more, stepped into confidence a little bit deeper, stepped into self-awareness and self-love a little bit deeper, and really showed up with intention, and really did the work, and really drank our celery cucumber juice, and really stayed hydrated with water, you feel me? And really smoked on the finest organic sun-grown kush that you can find on this side of the West, you feel me? I'm just saying, it's time for us to get very deliberate and intentional in the understanding that our wombs possess unforeseen, like, miracles. And it's time to activate. You remember in Power Rangers and all those motherfucking superhero shows where they got to do some shit to power up as a group? Come on. Look at nature. So go free bleed in nature somewhere, ladies. And just watch how miraculous your life becomes. Get in tune with your cycle. Understand what that means. And also look into something Deja was telling me about. It's how we have the various like moon centers on our body, and we have 11 and men have 1, and just the significance of knowing where we are. Is it our third eye? Is it, is it our lips? Is it our nipples? Is it you know what I'm saying? And so anyways, that's all I got for you right now.
That's a lot. It's I think we can't have a conversation about empowerment without talking about cycles and our bodies. It's just not based in like, it is based in physical reality when we're having those conversations about these parts of ourselves that have been shunned and cut off for too long. I'm very passionate about cycle healing. I have officially healed my cycle. I've had cycle on cycle of no pain. I was experiencing a tremendous pain, and it's part of my mission too, to like, we gotta go in another direction. We can't, like, how much energy it takes to be against this part of ourselves, to be swimming against the current, to be in pain. It's not necessary. It's just not necessary. But I want to take this conversation into your art, like, and just give us space to talk about your music and how this has all shown up in your music and your creativity and opened up new parts of your creativity. I saw you sharing about orgasmic creativity the other day. Orgasmic creativity, I think that's how you phrased it. And you feel it when I hear. I've been playing Cloud9 freestyle nonstop. It's been like, totally, it just zaps me into a whole other frame of mind, like a whole other plane. And I know it's because of all the intention and the went behind it, and all of the intention you put into your art. So I just want to talk about how it shows up in your art. I know your new album is coming out. It's so good. I was there for the listening party. I'm like just waiting at my inbox for it to drop. So excited about it. But yeah, I just wanted to bring it into the conversation around your art. And is there anything that you feel called to say about that right now that's present for you? And yeah, leave it open-ended.
Well, yes. Now, you said you're waiting for it, or did you get it yet? Have you heard the album yet?
I heard it at your listening party.
Okay, but that was the only time?
Yeah.
Okay, so when
so
we
far
finish, text me your email, and I want to send it to you. I thought you had it.
So my bad. Maybe it's lost in my inbox.
No, it probably is, but just send it. Remind me, and I'll do it in that moment.
Yes, that's so exciting. I don't have to wait anymore. I get to play it.
Yeah, man. Because look, the album now I'm gonna tell y'all something. The album is unlike anything. It's unlike anything. I'm gonna just keep it real. it's a motherfucking classic, y'all. It's a banger. It's a slapper. It's
It is.
iconic. It's timeless. That's what I'm gonna say. That thing is time. That girl is timeless. And so, with that said, you know, the name of the album is called Prophecies of a Rap Priestess. And it's like one of the greatest, most prolific bodies of work that I've done. And it's cute or whatever. It's cute. It's real cute. And I like it because it's raw, it's radical, but it's soft and it's graceful and it's vulnerable. And it's sexy as fuck. It's sexy. It's sexy. And also is dynamic. But it's like hella hood as well. It's a perfect fusion of all the things about me and my community. And the album is the first album that I've released. I've done mixtapes, and I did the West Coast Enchanted EP, and all of that shit was lit, y'all. I was in the car today listening to the old mixtape slaps, and I found a box of CDs in my storage unit. And I was on live earlier with the CD, Slap, Spiritual Lyrical Affirmations for Prosperity and Success. It's 17 songs of hot ass fire. And this I dropped like, was this 2019? I need to start putting the years on it going forward. But I think this was 2019. Yeah, Slaps was the album of 2019. This hit the streets. So this was a mixtape, my bad. That's the mixtape. And so now I got Prophecies of a Rap Priestess, which is my new exclusive album, which is beautiful because like Slaps was the mixtape while I was working on the album. And it's a beautiful journey to like experience Slaps and then go into Prophecies of a Rap Priestess. And it just makes me so happy and so honored to be me. Like, I got bars like a motherfucker, you know, and it's real and it's authentic. And I'm really intentional with this shit. And I'm really dedicated to this shit. And I feel like you could put me in the studio with any motherfucker and I'm kicking doors in regardless. What's up, J Elect? What's up, J Rock? You feel me? What's up, Nell? You feel me? What's up, Lil CC? Anyway, so all I'm saying is, yeah, I'm working on some dope art. And the art is infused with everything that I am and becoming. I love the woman I'm becoming. Like, I remember I used to get teased so bad when I was a kid, and it didn't really make me feel defeated or anything, because my grandmother always instilled in me that people are just reflecting like their own bullshit. And so I didn't really let it get to me. But I remember in those moments when people would try to make me feel small, in my mind I always said, ooh, one day, ooh, I'm gonna be so popping. One day I'm gonna be that. You feel me? I'm gonna be out here. I'm gonna be kicking doors in. I'm gonna be making it happen. Like, I always love hip hop. I always love music and just listening to rap and turning songs into my own songs, because, you know, I could identify with so much of what hip hop, you know, was sharing when I was growing up, but also I couldn't identify with some things, and there were some things that I wanted to hear, you know, that was relevant to me within the paradigm, within the culture. And so I wanted to just eloquently tell my story. That's all. I just wanted to tell my story in a dynamic way. Like, I'm a goddess, but I'm ratchet. You feel me? But I'm a priestess. You feel me? But I can kick doors in when I need to. But also, I'm very soft. I can be graceful. I can buy flowers for myself. I can be soft. You feel me? I can take it easy and throw on a silk kimono. So it's just really the balance. And in finding that balance and exploring that balance and establishing, you know, prosperous habits, I'm just pouring all of that into the art, into the events, into the music, into the fashion, into how I show up in the world. You feel me? Into literally everything that I do. Right. Far from modest.
Yes.
And so,
Yeah.
look, man, the art is lit. I'm telling you, everything I touch turns to gold. I'm building up Zen Kush Records, taking over for the 2021 and beyond. And, you know, I'm here. I'm in it. It's a new day. It's a new vision. It's a new style. You feel me? It's the God. It's the goddaughter. It's the priestess. It's the rap priestess. Here, it's the miracles of hip hop. It's that divine feminine essence oozing through hip hop. Hip hop is also feminine. Hip hop is also our story, you know, and so who better to tell my story than me? For too long, too many motherfuckers was trying to tell my story, and they was lying. Motherfuckers was spending hella money on propaganda and billboards and ruthless campaigns. And let's not even talk about the war on drugs, okay? But motherfuckers was lying. So I had to step into my own power and understanding to create the exact experience that I want. I had to roll out the red carpet for myself. That's how I treat myself. So what makes you think I'm about to settle for some sucker buster hoe truster? That's not going to show up. So anyways.
Wow.
Click the link in my bio. Click the link in my bio. Get the album. Like I said, it's available exclusive. You can only get it through me. You feel me? It's independent as fuck. You feel me? I had to tap into my Sam Cooke bag. You feel me? Into my E40 bag, into my Master P bag. I had to really tune into that independent boss mogul energy and create my own path. And not only create my own path for greatness and excellence, but like one touch of a finger for anybody that exists within my frequency, and we all lit. We all lit. It's magic. And so it's just a matter of just identifying what the issue is, tuning into the solution, the divine inspired solution, not some bullshit, you feel me? Actually going within and coming through with the solution, and clicking the link in my bio to order the album. And look, if you're on a budget right now, I completely understand. The album will be available globally, digitally, $420. So you got to wait till $420 to grab it on your favorite streaming platforms, because your favorite streaming platforms don't know how to take care of the artists. And so for me, I put all this work, I bust my ass, I'm in the studio, I'm booking studio time, I'm hitting the features, I'm doing the schedule, I'm doing the contracts, I'm doing the agreements, you feel me? I'm writing the bars, I'm practicing and rehearsing it, I'm going to the studio, I'm fucking recording it, I'm going on the stage and I'm performing it, you feel me? I'm hitting up the DJ, I'm booking everything, I'm doing it. And so for me, that type of freedom is wonderful. And so I love it, but why would I then turn it over? And I'm not against any establishment that exists. I'm just speaking on an independent level. Why would I immediately turn all of that energy over, that energy that I pull from my womb space, from where my navel sits, that energy that I harness through my nipples on a full moon, being in the studio, understanding the intention of the creative genius that's going to flow through me when I'm in this motherfucker. And so it's exclusive right now. It's indie. You got to get it through me. You show up, show me love. You feel me? So I can keep doing this shit. It's not cheap putting an album together. It's not cheap. That shit is not cheap. Woo! You got me thinking about this shit. You feel me? Because the requirement is dedication. And so it's many nights where I'm like, fuck this. It's many nights I could just dip off and do me. I'm good. I can just go do me. But it's not about that. I can go and do me every now and then. But for me, it's about us. It's the bigger picture. It's the community. Let's really do this shit, y'all. And so you got friends that do art, support them. Like, it's worth it, you know? And I know what the value is. I know what the value of what I'm putting out is. And so if you fuck with me, then you fuck with how I value myself. Otherwise, you wouldn't fuck with me if I didn't value myself. And so with that said, stay tuned, because your girl is working on the labels for her herbal infused Priestess potion, aka CBD infused nipple serum. You feel me? All organic, handcrafted by my mother. The first batch I introduced sometime last year. It went crazy. I only did a limited exclusive collection of about 50 bottles, 100 bottles max. So this is collection number 2. This one is about 100 bottles max. And so that will be coming out Valentine's Day. You feel me? Stay tuned for Valentine's Day, because I'm going to be releasing some really sexy things. And the last thing that I want to do is invite y'all to, I'm hosting a 2-day Valentine's Festival of Sensuality and Erotic Enigmas, February 13th and February 14th. You feel me? It's a motherfucking vibration. And it starts each night at 11:11 p.m. I'm going to hit you up after, girl, to see how we can get you involved in it. But it's going to be pussy Reiki. It's going to be topless yoga. It's going to be aphrodisiac tonics and recipes. It's going to be exotic dance. It's going to be a vibe. And tickets are very, 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 very reasonable at this moment, because I just wanted to provide something really dope to the community at a low price where I could turn around and support those that are participating and sharing their magic. And so pull up on me. It's a vibe. Get you a sexy outfit. I got some sexy shit, y'all. So I need y'all to show up in the outfits. We're going to have a best dress contest. We're going to have a couples hour. You feel me? So bring your boo if you got a boo. Invite your crush if you got a crush. You feel me? Let's just get it on poppin'. And let's just grow. Let's just build. But follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my Bandcamp. Subscribe to my website. However you want to connect with me. Each connection is fire. My intention across all platforms and creative expressions is greatness, is ascension, is community, is growth. So let's grow.
And it's not just talk. Everywhere that you follow you, any way that we get to interact with your spirits is such a blessing. Like these beautiful visuals of your sacred womb space, your whole curation of how we get to witness you today, even everywhere. It's all so high level that it's just a blessing for your feed, for your SoundCloud, for your ears, for your eyes. So yes, support Lizzy Jeff, and you're supporting this movement. You're supporting yourself in turn. You're supporting a chance for us to go higher and value ourselves more deeply and create a new paradigm that we all get to live in. And Lizzy is at the forefront, being a leader and saying some shit that it's long overdue to be said. So however you can support her so that she can continue to do that, and bless yourself in the process. Let's do it.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
Can I give you a little sneak peek of something? I'm gonna give y'all
yes,
a sneak
please.
peek. Okay, this is a sneak peek, y'all. Drop some pink hearts if you fucking with it. You feel me? Drop a fire sign if you're gonna go and grab that album or download the book. Whatever you want to do. But I'm gonna share this with y'all. Yeah, man, it's like the moment I want to love on my breast and honor that and take really good care of myself, standing firmly in my power, knowing the healing powers they possess. Motherfuckers want to tell me I don't need to use them as a marketing tool. That's not what's going on here. My breasts are gorgeous. It took me a long time to appreciate them for exactly what they are, and I refuse to allow myself to be diminished by limited thinking. My titties don't make me any less powerful. Actually, quite the contrary. If you don't have breasts and aren't saying things to empower those with breasts, then keep these titties out of your mouth. Don't do that. Don't try to make me feel less than. I don't give a fuck what a basic, mediocre 3D society has taught me about my breasts. I'm in my power. I'm tapped into the divine feminine energy that flows through these beautiful gifts. Breasts and nipples are a gift that should be appreciated. And let's not forget that most of the people that go out of their way to diminish women and their breasts were the same ones sucking on titties as a baby, crying and begging for the breast milk.
don't need to leave women alone. And to my queens, your body is a wonderland of intelligent systems that are constantly working in your favor. Do you realize the magnificent things your temple can do? You are literally God, sis. Your ass is beautiful. Your yoni is a vortex for creative brilliance. Your breasts are perfect just like that. Your skin is glowing, your hair is growing, and your thighs are strong, baby girl. Look at the way your hips sway when you walk, and those lips, pure divine intention. If you want to wear that cute ass top, or float around in those low cut jeans, or wear that lace bra in your blazer, or let a little thigh show, or drizzle gold shimmer on your cleavage, or post that sexy ass half naked picture, do it. Boy, bye. Hey, my pussy elevated and my titties are amazing. While you chasing after makeshifts, I've been really living dangerous. A motherfucking black queen accompanied by my angels. Know you see these angles and the way my business handle make you wonder what it's like to have a queen like me around you. Hey, don't you ever get it twisted. This my temple, I do with it whatever Lizzy envision. Whatever give me that feeling. Try to label me a villain, but really they are my children. Put some respect on my womb.
Acknowledge the bloodline. Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh shit! Zen Kush
that was
Records.
gorgeous.
Come
I just
on.
got emotional watching that. It's so beautiful. Thank you for the art that you create. Thank you for the way that you're showing up in the world, being an example, calling us into our own power. Thank you for the topics that you are singing on, speaking on, and thank you for allowing us to have this conversation today and share where you're at, share where you're coming from, and just the way that you show up so authentically in your truth. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you. I appreciate that. It was really nice being able to share everything that I shared today. That was really dope, and it's nice because I just been leveling the fuck up, and so it's always nice for you to be able to express yourself after these upgrades. You know what I'm saying? And so thank you for creating this space, and I'm really excited to keep building with you. You always, you know, you're the definition just of like pure heart, like pure energy, like generosity. Just you're just like, because you always worked with me, you know, and I always understood, you know, your value and your beauty, and you know, sometimes we have to get in this energy field of our own economy, and it takes people a while to adjust to that idea of creating our own economy through whatever that looks like. And you know, that was something that I was experimenting with and exploring, that has been the core reason that to my success and to the community success. So I just appreciate you for being open and moving with me and just being fluid and flexible and always working with me and never turning it down and never making it transactional, and just staying dedicated to your art, to the vibe, to the divine feminine essence. Thank you, because you've been a substantial part of Zen and Kush, and you know, Zen and Kush is about to reach new heights, and so those moments have been molded in history, and you have been a profound just vision of beauty and inspiration through it all. So thank you for staying connected, for reaching out to me, for doing your podcast, for hosting these, for doing your dance, for everything that you're doing. You're really helping women activate that next level energy. So it's nice to be a reflection. And so everything that you say about me is absolutely true about you. And so thank you. Let's keep building.
So nourishing. Thank you so much. So deeply grateful. Sending you so much love. I just want to see you soar, continuing to soar to new heights. I feel so blessed to be in the a part of the community and just to be here with you. So thank you. And thank you everybody who checked this out, who watched. This is going to be an episode on my podcast. This video will live on my Instagram until the podcast episode comes out. So if you missed any parts of it or you just need morning affirmation, listen back to this conversation. It's so powerful. I'm so grateful.
Okay, and later on, maybe you can send it to me.
I will.
This is one.
I
This
will.
is one for the books. We got to definitely keep this one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Love you, girl.
All right. Sending you so much love. Bye, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful, empowered day. Mwah.